want to seriously, you don't want me to follow you. I got problems. I got major problems. I'm a sinful man. That's the prerequisite for a follower. If we would really embrace that we've got problems and we're sinful people, I think maybe we would pray about every decision. We would weigh our decisions in a whole different manner. We would say, this is how I'm thinking about it, Jesus, but I'm a sinful person, so maybe I need to think about things this way instead of this way. What's the best way? I'm shutting this down. Let me restart this thing. Go away from me, Lord. I'm a sinful man. In this moment, have you ever had moments like this? All of a sudden it became clear. This isn't just a guy or a rabbi preaching out there. Because he says, Lord, go away from me. I'm a sinful man. He saw Jesus as he was, and at that point he saw himself as he was. All of a sudden the relationship, this was the beginning of Peter's relationship. It was a right relationship. He's God. I'm nowhere near where he is. And how did Jesus respond to that?
He said, don't be afraid. From now on you'll be fishers of men.
Jesus had a whole other thought here, didn't he? Jesus said to Simon, don't be afraid. He was afraid. What was he afraid of? He was afraid of something. Who he knew who he was. He had a problem. Sorry about the just messing up here. Probably messed me up more than messed you up.
Parents are cute.
What now?
Parents are cute.
Go away from me, I'm a sinful man. It says, for he and his companion were astonished at the catch of the fish, and so were James and John, the sons of Zebedee, Simon's partners. Then Jesus said to Simon, don't be afraid. From now on, he had a mission for him. I want you to catch men. So they pulled their boats on the shore, left everything, and followed him. That's what happened. Let's just turn this off. There are 4 different aspects of following Jesus that are found in this passage. The first one is the listening, learning stage. How do you go forward until you get enough information? The second stage is the being inconvenienced. And unfortunately, some Christians don't want to be inconvenienced. I'm not sure how that's maybe a Christian at that point. Being inconvenienced. Well, I want your boat. I want you to help me with this. The third stage is actually hearing His voice, and He's asking you to do something. Stage. And the fourth stage is the surrender stage. In leaving everything and following. The question that I have this morning is, which stage are you in? What stage are you in right now, primarily? I mean, we need to learn the rest of our life. In order to follow Jesus, we'll be inconvenienced in many ways. It's not our life. And there's this aspect of Him nudging us and hearing His voice. And then finally, the surrender stage, which we need to repeat different times throughout our life. What stage are we in? And I would say we're primarily in one of these. Which stage are we in? And are we willing to take the next step? What is the next step? For some of us, we just need to learn more. And really, you don't have to do anything but take it in. But then just say, this is my time. This is my time to really learn about God. How do I really follow God if I don't know God? I remember that stage in my life. Because I was really wanting, God, what do you want me to do? God, what do you want me to do? I don't know what you want me to do, God. And when I heard from God and say, God, tell me, that's when I maybe felt an elbow in my rib. You can't follow me unless you know me. You just need to really get to learn to know me. So that's a thought, so I really don't have to do anything? Man, I felt off the hook that that God was giving me grace not to really do a whole lot, but was to really learn and grow and find out about Him and learn about Him. Just sort of just check it all out and soak it in and take it in and learn and read and ask questions stage. That's a great stage. Mm-hmm. But then it comes to this next stage that all of a sudden you're inconvenienced. I don't know. I want to just like sit and soak and let everybody do everything. I don't want to be inconvenienced. Then there's this, getting out of your comfort zone. I mean, I appreciate Carrie singing today. I mean, she's getting out of her comfort zone a little bit, I think. But you know what? She's got a great voice. And and she, I think it's just not someone inconvenience her. I think that she's sensing God's talking to her in this thing. There's something going on here. And I'm seeing that. And it's more than that. And when you start getting that flow, I mean, but at first, anything that you're doing not for yourself is an inconvenience. At first, that's just true. But there's this aspect of getting beyond yourself to finally, you can't, I don't know, did Peter know that Jesus was God when He says, go out to the deep place and cast your net? Did he know this was God in the flesh out here? Of course he didn't. But there was something about it. He needed to make a decision either to do what He normally does. And lots of times God will ask us to do something that maybe we've done before and done it a certain way and done it our way, but He's asking us to do it a whole different way in His way. Like some people here, you might really like to talk to people, but all of a sudden God's putting the elbow in your rib and saying, I want you to talk to others about me now. I don't know. It's a little difficult. You can talk about all sorts of stuff, but He's telling you, will you talk about me to this person? Well, gee, I don't know. What does this look like? I'm thinking of different times where our lives would be totally different if we hadn't taken the steps. My life would be totally different. And then we have to go back to some of these and relearn. Because when we learn, we don't learn everything. We have to go back and relearn. And then there's the surrender stage. Jesus says, from now on, I'm just not asking you to just really fish. I have a completely different life for you. Have you heard him say that one to you yet? I have a completely different life for you. You think you're made for this. You're working this job, doing this thing. Will you pick up and follow me and go a completely different route in life? Whoa. They decide to do it. I'm so glad they did. So let's just take a couple minutes right here. I want you to talk to your neighbor. Which stage you in? There's 4 stages. We got this stage? The listening, learning stage, the inconvenience stage, then the stage of you're hearing his voice and he's asking you to do something stage, and then the surrender stage. Which stage are you in? And then as you share with one another, just pray about what it means to go to that next stage. Maybe you need to revisit one of these stages. But then pray for one another after you share. Just get in groups of 2, 3 at the most. Okay?